about him less like a halfling and more like a wild opossum,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
Or wild
However, you will be
tribal.
interested to know that of all the members, everybody who is on this entire trip, at times, Athostra will speak with you.
Uh-huh.
Quiet moments. Right?
Can I ask her something?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, the two of you can talk.
We're gonna
Yeah.
have a moment.
Let's do that. Yeah.
Have you seen anything valuable?
She just gave it away.
He likes getting.
Yeah.
She likes getting.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm going to say probably a lot, but I'm not sure your definition of valuable, because different cultures. Do you find value in philosophical debate or existential questions or a beautiful sunset?
Yeah,
I'm looking at you
sometimes.
like I'm messing with you. Like
Yeah.
it's very
Yeah, I think I love that informational value and like I get the hint that it's not gonna give away.
I am going to say, well, in that case, I have something
Oh,
that I can trade with you
oh,
for your service.
what would that be?
Let's say that in very near future, it might be needed that very swiftly and very quietly a problem will have to be taken care of,
Oh, I can do that.
or several.
I have a question for you. And now I'll whisper to your ear.
I am also still like
Yeah,
quietly.
yeah.
Have you seen the artifact?
We all saw it,
Where is it now?
probably with a lady or chaperone.
Where is she?
Like she had a specific.
I think you're right. Don't tell him.
No.
Don't tell.
I'm just saying, but she had a specific. The entire time she has been traveling in a specific.
Yes, she has. But
car.
now she
Oh,
is
maybe it's
emerging and she's going to be moving into this building. I have this picture here. Hold on just a moment while I find my picture. Didn't I?
Ooh la la, artifact.
I'm going to say this sort of questioning might be very unwise right now.
Okay.
This is the one valuable thing you don't want to get your hands on without. Didn't you hear the whole thing about magic?
Yes,
Okay.
I did, but I can understand this whole.
Do you have a very short-term memory?
Well,
I don't have a lot of in my mind.
Impulse control.
I don't have a lot of impulse control.
Okay, in that case, let me be your
Voice of reason.
exactly. And
Are you
let me
Raven?
So it's
Not
like,
quite. Right.
let me be your voice of reason. This is something you don't want to try to get right now.
Okay, maybe in the future.
Maybe later.
Yes.
Let me point your attention to this building or set of buildings, which is the primary structure I was talking about. Note that behind it we have a system of pools, including what appears to be, you can't really see it, you can see the walls of it above these walls. If you were looking that way, you can see these walls and the steam coming out of it. And you can see other sources of vapor as well. There's clearly a system of pools and processing points behind this structure. That's probably the real valuable sources for House Ukarun in this area. And so this is where you will be staying. The people who are not that have no particular status are going to stay in an outlying area, kind of in your own wagons or camping a little bit. And then Athastra is basically going to disappear into this complex. And then,
You're going to
I'm
be
going with, I'm going with her.
I think
Yeah,
so,
yeah, sure.
taking you with her.
Yep.
Several questions.
Mhm. And
How
you-
large was the artifact?
Oh, damn.
So if she's carrying it, we would know.
Did she bring it or did she just absorb the light?
And if
No, she brought it.
Okay.
Yeah, she brought it.
She's brought it when she's going.
Mhm, but she didn't bring it openly. It's
Okay.
covered.
Okay.
Yes.
You know, obviously, that's it. To other people, that's just a thing among others that
Mhm.
goes in with her.
Can we feel that it's active because it had some sort
Mm.
of?
Yes, you can.
So if it's moving, we can feel when we get outside of its effect.
Let's say that effect is minimal, so that there's
Okay.
no difference in the sensation, and the sensation is not very strong anyway.
Okay.
So so you will be going in with her. Your sibling is going to go, is going to be taken into one of these areas, like over here,
Yeah.
and you can stay with them because they will be tended to.
Yeah, I was saying.
And so your critter is outside. Thank you very much. And
That's
right,
perfectly
mhm.
fine.
And then and Trixie, you are probably, if you're going to keep Trixie with you,
I think
Then,
right
yeah.
now, and we're
Yeah.
probably gonna stay nearby Palak, sort of.
well, that's the thing.
Or
He's
he's
going to be
in-
in here as well. You are going to be housed in this building here.
We need to agree with him on some sort of a signal.
Yes, it's psionic.
Okay.
He will actually set up a link with you that is specifically for mental activation. He seems to be pretty good at this. You actually are like, I understand the link with
before.
a beast, that's what I'm trained to do.
Mm.
I don't know how to set up, you
Well-
know, an automatic signal with another person.
I have psionic +2 now, so
Oh,
maybe
you
I
do?
do.
Wow.
But
The point is, he's
Yes,
good at it.
he's
So
very
he
good at it.
sets this up, and so yes, there's if upon his signal, he would say, prepare for and deal violence if necessary. So it is unfortunate. Stug was not completely forthcoming in his information. But it is true that Uncle Drassad and Sister Aithaza are staying here to oversee certain operations. Now that everybody's, you see, at this point, there is no like adventure to be had. At least not until a couple of things happen. So I don't want to run over. Is there anything else that any of you wants to accomplish? Or operates perhaps on the lack of impulse control, or anything else that that people would like to do. I'd like to follow up with Littletooth because that's where the fun is going to happen pretty soon.
I want to continue talking with Trixie a little bit.
Sure.
I'm just staying with Udon, but let's make sure it's okay.
Okay.
I want to ask Trixie if she's familiar with Nibenay.
Not really. I came from another city. That was.
First time or have been before?
I don't think you've been to Nibenay before.
No, I have not. It's my first time.
All right. Yeah, it's not my first time, but I'm still pretty new and I'm trying to get bearings. So I was hoping you might know something about the city, but
I came from a different city,
which one?
Ram, R-A-A-M.
Ram.
Yeah.
It was due to some certain events that happened there.
Impulse control related?
Yes, a lot of that.
She must be pretty good.
Yeah. The thing that I want
To be still alive, I mean.
Yeah,
the thing that I want to
I don't know what
mention-
kept me alive, but I'm alive here.
Probably you kept yourself alive.
Oh yeah,
Nobody else is gonna do it.
yeah.
let's see here. There is a little bit of information about Nibenay that you would have picked up. Specifically, here. Part of the city is called the Hill District, which is, of course, a little bit elevated. And it used to be perhaps the site of the former palace before, the centuries or however long that Nibenay built the central palace in the shape of his own face. Weirdo. But the old palace is a ruin, and the area is people live there, but it's not very well patrolled or managed, and that's where elf groups and organizations and families have the center of their operations. So the two of you probably just would have paid attention to any information about Nibenay, and that's the kind of information that would have come to you or that you would have remembered for sure.
I'm going to, Trixie said she hasn't been to Nibenay, so I'm going to just give her sort of this information, because I don't know if she knows it. And I'm just going to say, like, that's where usually the elf community, which shares some of the impulse issues so rampant in our culture, might be staying. Unfortunately for me, I don't really want to be noticed there very much. But
oh, that sounds familiar.
no. I'm not from Nibenay. Again, it's my one of second or third time I'm here. I'm from the Crescent Forest, but I need help, like connection to somebody, maybe for some of the services that they provide there. And if you are interested in something like that, like if you're going to be making your way to this part of town, making your connections.
What's the name of the town?
This is the Hill District in Nibenay.
Hill.
Yeah, Hill District. I might have, there might be potential job in future. I don't know. So keep it
I'll see to it.
in mind.
Now, I want to move to two potential conflicts. The one is your brother is saying that the pull, the drain, the bleeding out of its life is so strong. But I know that if I die, I will be available to help you if necessary. This is weird talk, right? This is kind of babbling. But the trouble is that you can feel through your link with him that his self is being drained away and pulled out by some force. If you want to try to understand it better, in other words, it's not his health. You guys saved his life as far as health is concerned. This is some kind of a psionic or magical, same thing, magic is psionic, turned up, high. So if you want to try to stop it or combat it or understand it better, you can try. Otherwise, his life will slip away. And he's oddly okay with this.
I want to try to understand too.
Okay. So that means you're going to have to connect tighter and try to experience whatever it is that he's experiencing without getting sucked into it forever. Base 2 dice. That's because you're a Thraken and are mentally very tough. Anyone else, it would be a die.
Yeah, young.
Yeah, there are more
to
here,
my
different
dice.
ones.
Young Doom Reaper.
Oh, I see. Yes, of
Then
course.
it's 4 dice.
4 dice. Okay. Any pool?
I put 2 from the pool.
2. Okay.
Oh god.
I know.
There is 2 ones.
All right then.
There is, yeah.
So do you want to say how this goes? And remember, the genuine content, like of what it is, you have to ask me. But you can describe how it goes if you want to, or you can get another pool die. For example, if you want to establish some kind of mastery over it or get like an extra benefit or some kind of advantage, then that's something you would have to say, because I will just be very basic in my success. Ooh.
Mm.
Since I've used it like that. It has a lot of dust. I have to take out all the dice in order to clean it.
I think you want to add to my pool.
Okay, so the result is that you can find that it is in fact the artifact that anyone who is injured or dying around it, especially just as kind of a default effect, and nobody is managing it or having to do anything, it will just sort of see injury or closeness to death as kind of a opportunity, or maybe it's just physics of some weird kind, right, that is just going to drain from you. Basically, it is probably, unless considering your success, and that you can understand it, you can stop this from happening.
I won't stop it.
Sure, yeah, no problem. And it doesn't seem like it's directed by anything. It seems to be kind of a property that this thing has, that all else being equal, if you're injured around it or in, you know, in some kind of a drained or debilitated state or whatever, that it is capable of just pulling your life in, away from you. So that's one thing. You are out of range because you are actually outside this range of effect. Because I know where you are. You are over here. You are over here. And I know where they are.
Also tell everybody.
Otherwise, you and Jeff would be in more trouble.
As I tell you, tell everybody that I can't lose him now. He's all I have left.
Ah, okay. Excellent. All right. So that's the consideration here. Now, what was it I wanted to write?
He's laughing.
I'm ready.
Trixie, you are, I think, a suspicious sort of person, and probably not going to be too comfortable with being told everything's okay, stay right here, especially after Ruh has told you the opposite. No, I know that. Especially since Ruh has told you the opposite. Right. So
I'm probably just going to go look around the place for valuables.
Oh, I see. Well, as far as valuables are concerned, you might get in a little trouble. We might have to roll for that.
At this point, I'm like.
Is this casual, or are you making a real effort?
I'm just making a notice of valuables around the place.
Excellent. Well, first of all, the area is not. It has nice items, but they're ordinary items like cups or
Not
little decorations and things. Yeah, it's not like there's like a chest of jewels or something like that. It's just that the people who live here have set it up pretty nicely. So bulky things like a carpet or something like that. But they're all nicer than you have seen in a while. So
Okay.
clearly this is a wealthy place, especially for somewhere which is basically just oversight over an industrial vats, right?
Okay.
It's actually pretty nice though.
I noticed
the way they
that
set
and,
it up. Yeah.
and
So
try to keep it.
Yeah. you're like, okay.
Nice.
But there's no real role for this because there's not much of a conflict, and that's fine. There are some things I'm going to need you to do in a moment. I have not forgotten Trixie.
Okay.
While we go over to Little Tooth